Oh, not this. Not y'all up in my face. Hold on. Let me retweet this tweet.
Hi, everybody.
Purr, boom, pet. The sound of my heart. The beat goes on and on and on and on. Twitch that.
Hey, shout out to all my early viewers. What's y'all drink of the night? Mine is a White Claw.
Not a White Claw.
I know, it's so bad. I don't know what's going on with my life.
Not me literally in the dark over here. But hello, people. First of all, I know y'all have missed us because we did take a week off. Very unexpected, but life happens, y'all. Life happens. We are just figuring out this podcast and stuff. And things just were not lining up last week for us to get together and really just take a moment to podcast. So I hope y'all forgive us. Yeah. But we're here. We're back on this lovely Friday night. We're here. We are ready to recap the past week. We're not going to go all the way back and recap for 2 weeks because y'all already know it takes us like 6 hours to do 1 week. So if we did both weeks, guess what, bitch? We would literally be here until tomorrow morning. And who got time for that? Bitch, I got work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I think this should be a pretty chill night. I'm lying because this week was very interesting on Big Brother. We had an invisible HOH, which I'm excited to talk about because we see this twist in minis all the time, but it's a twist that I never thought that we would see.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people are claiming like, "Oh my god, this is my twist. This is my twist." I'm like, "Girl, we all done this. You ain't, you ain't special."
This is literally a twist that everybody has done. Y'all ignore my green screen back here. I moved it off of the stand. I know it looked kind of weird, but I wasn't trying to green screen myself. The fuck. But yes. How's everybody doing? How have y'all been this past week? I will honestly say, y'all, the reason I have been so busy is because my streaming is low-key has been like popping this past week. And every night I'm like, I should do this. But then I end up hopping on stream because the girls are like, Charles, what are y'all saying? Oh, wait, never mind, y'all. Y'all, I forgot. I forgot to introduce them. And that's why they both over there laughing. And I'm shocked nobody just came up. Like, they typing like this is us. Bitch, you should have just been like, Charles, are you not going to introduce us? I wasn't planning on it. But tonight, y'all, tonight we have the one, the only, the greatest person to ever grace this screen, the most amazing person that I have ever met in my entire life, my bestie, the baddest bitch, my fave, Charles. Please full screen me.
This is all you're getting.
I'm so confused.
Did y'all think I was talking about y'all?
No, what are you talking about?
It was very predictable. I knew exactly where you were going with it. That's why I was just like, yeah, it's Charlie at the end. But introduce yourself. Go.
Keep going, yes.
That is disrespectful to the highest level.
If you felt it, I meant it.
That is disrespectful. No, I'm kidding. Y'all, we have our resident strategic king. Lance might argue otherwise. But we do have Josh CEO.
Here.
I was very shocked when he said that too. I was
anyways, you know what? Yes, hello you guys. I guess I am the strategic king. Yes, it's all about social strategy, you guys. Social strategy. Hello. My name is Josh, you guys, CEO as of the champ. The champ is here. And thank you so much, Charlie, for that wonderful introduction. Now, on to the other Josh.
Hey, it's me, Josh. Poison me, Joshy. I'm excited to talk with y'all this week. And yeah, we do. I'll just introduce. We do have a special guest here with us today. Beautiful. Oh wait, what?
Hold on.
I'm waiting.
Wait, let me hear. Can y'all hear that now? Sorry. There we go.
That's
You don't hear that?
I hear it.
Yes, we do.
Okay, I know that's right. Get back to talking so we can have that ambient noise in the back.
Wow. I'm going to reintroduce myself to this music. My name is Josh Calhoun. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Black Boys Watch. We're so happy to have y'all here. Just some features. Combed the hair out today, have some gloss on. So we're really feeling good. Drinking water. I took like 3 edibles like 30 minutes ago. So like if y'all see it kick in during this, mind your business. Mind your business.
We might have missed a week, but we are still the same unorganized motherfuckers that y'all knew.
And just before I introduce our special guest, shout out to Bar Taco. Shout out to Bar Taco. Yes, that is right. One of my favorite restaurants here in Orlando, Atlanta. They're worldwide. I'm sure they got one in LA. I'm sure they got one in Miami. Check it out. Check it out.
Miami?
Yes. And then without further ado, the talented, the brilliant, show-stopping icon, the beautiful,
the scandalous
Navi.
Hello.
Hello.
Good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to talk about this mess of a week on BB Cam.
Listen, hold on, let me turn it.
This music.
Yeah, you know, we gotta give some ambience before we dive into it. I'm really excited about this because we were just talking about the fact before they told me I need to shut up and introduce them. I enjoy the fact that this is a twist that allows us to be messy, and the right person who was gonna give us the messiest shit won it. And I think it played out just how we thought it was gonna play out. Now, I do think that they had some things that could have been a little bit different, but we'll get into that. Lance may be joining us in a few, y'all. Derek is nursing a migraine tonight. So is that a country thing to say, y'all?
Nursing a migraine, I believe so. And I'm from the country, and I've never heard that. So
people say that here.
Okay.
I take it back.
Okay.
Nursing a migraine.
But Derek is taking care. It like means taking care, trying to get rid of a migraine tonight. So he probably will not be with us. So keep him in your hearts and your good vibes. Yes. Because I know a migraine is the worst thing to deal with. Well, not the worst thing. One of the worst things. Yes.
What's the worst? What's the worst thing to deal with, Charlie?
Yes, Charles.
I feel like
Ooh.
I have a different opinion on that, but I thought you were going to say like white people or something.
Oh no, I just was saying like in terms of not feeling well. It's like not like no, that wasn't like a blanket statement. That was just like in terms of trying to mend yourself. A migraine is one of those things that could really just hinder your entire day.
I did see me and the audience are on the same page.
And see, I'm glad that y'all know me. Y'all know me and y'all know my brand. Let me turn on some lights up in here. Oh my God, I look so much better already. Ooh.
Turn on the light.
Look at you.
But
not
this on my shirt. Y'all don't see it. Shut up.
Is it blue cheese?
We gotta talk about it.
Is it blue cheese?
No, I think it's deodorant. You know how when you put on black shirts and you try to get them on or whatever. I don't know how we get up here, but it's there. Fuck y'all. But anyway, I wish him the best. Let me pause this music and y'all, let's dive into this week that we just had and then get into the week that is this current one with our current HOH, which I'm not necessarily excited about. So we're going to see how that goes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it is announced that there is a invisible head of household, meaning that nobody is going to know who the head of household is except for the head of household. The only thing you're going to know is the people on the block are the ones who ain't the head of household. If you touch the block, you clearly wasn't the invisible head of household. That is all the information that you have.
That is it.
And we go into this. Honestly, going into this, I was wishing that Victoria won. I was wishing Victoria won because I figured Victoria was going to be messy, y'all. I knew Victoria was going to be messy. I did not expect her to be as messy as she was. I thought it was going to be something different. I don't know what I thought she was going to give us, but I thought it was going to be something completely different than what she gave us.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about Invisible HOH? Like, how do you like this twist? What do you think about it?
I've been taken out in an org by an invisible HOH, so I'm a little indifferent just with my personal attachment. But as a host of minis and orgs, I love it. It's such a fun little cute twist to throw on those players. So I was excited.
I think Invisible HOH is one of the most incredible tools for players of any type of gameplay to take. Specifically, players who feel like somebody who's in a position who wants to make it to the end and knows they can make it to the end. The Invisible HOH they can use to take out the people that they know are in their way to the end without getting the blood behind it, which is something I feel will be so exciting. It's so amazing that they put it so early in the game where anybody who gets it, you can't necessarily connect it to. And if you can play it well, you get to take out some big ass threats. So I personally, I kind of enjoy it. I feel like I would be targeted in Invisible HOH. Of course, but that makes sense. You could take out people who will stand in your way at the end of the game. So I don't know. I enjoy it if you play it well.
I think out of all the twists BB has had, this is probably the best one because they have been in the past way too powerful to the point it just interferes with the gameplay too much. Mm-hmm. This one, you can still play the same way, but enhanced. But it doesn't really hinder anyone else as if it was a regular week, if that makes sense. That being said, I don't know why Victoria did what she did this week, targeting Brayden and Austin, when she could have taken out Miss Beth herself.
Amen. Now we got to talk about...
Pardon?
For me, watching this, thinking about since we're going into nominations, it was very clear her nominations were Brayden and Austin. Those were the two. I still don't have an idea why she did it. I mean, yes, it was a duo, but I feel like you have other duos in the house. But I live for it. Y'all know me. Y'all have seen me in action. Y'all know that I'm very much so that player that's what's the entertainment value? And I feel like my good sis knew in the back of her brain that we wasn't going to expect her to nominate them. And she said, oh, these bitches want a roller coaster ride this week. I'm going to give it to them. And I felt like with an Invisible HOH, her nominating Beth is something that we kind of feel was going to happen anyway. So I think that she is not scared to nominate Beth in a non-Invisible HOH, which is kind of where I'm writing it off in my brain. When you have an Invisible HOH, you have to really expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Because this is your one chance to be as dirty as you can, even if you real close. I would get Josh out in an Invisible HOH in some games. No shade, no tea. If we ever in one and we got an Invisible HOH and that bitch eating me up, guess what? That's the bestie, but I'm going to chop that bitch. Not saying that those three were really close, but it did seem like they had a good relationship with each other.
I wish, honestly, she would have put up two, a duo from this side and a duo from that side. That would have been so messy. An Austin. Well, I don't want Ty ever going up, but an Austin or a Jed or a Brayden or a Tara or something like that. That would have been so messy and so entertaining.
Austin and a who?
What? Austin.
Or you feel about Jed the same way I feel about Ty, I'm assuming.
Yes, y'all already know. I love me some Jetson. I love me some Calvin.
Oh my God. Y'all know who I love. Mr. Rohan.
Rohan.
Anyways. Okay, no, don't do that. Rohan is fine as hell.
He is fine.
Ro.
Y'all all got ugly faves. However, they all are very, very attractive. So I appreciate that. But Brayden, honestly, is starting to become my guy for me. I think he's
love
just
him.
So fucking funny. He's so warm and he's so cute. I kind of enjoy him. I think he just gives me a good vibe when I see him on the screen. While all these other bitches piss me off. But I do want to say though.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I wanted to say I feel like Vic really misread her way of seeing the game. However, I can see why she wanted to view this game this way. She's the only person who doesn't necessarily have a duo. The only other person that doesn't have a duo is Kiefer, which is why she attached to him. However, in a game of Big Brother, we saw Devon been in this situation before. Not having a duo is a good thing because people want to have you as their trio and all manners and sorts, which is what happened. Brayden and Austin wanted her as their trio. Jed and Tyshawn wanted her to be a part of the trio with Beth. what she should have done is target the people who stand her way of being in those trios, which would have been the Beth, which would have been a Tara, which would have been what's that one girl name? Tiana. Okay, there we go. But yes, those are her people that she should have targeted. However, in a game of Big Brother, when you're going so fast and stuff, I can see why she decided to take out one of the duos. However, I'm still surprised that she picked the duo that actually trusted her, who already fully put her in as her trio.
Can I just
don't know.
Oh, go ahead, Josh.
I don't think it was like the worst move for her to make, because if you look at it, if she wanted to make any other move, it would have had to been on the other side. Let's say it would have been like a Tina and a Ty, or either those duos themselves to actually get one of them out. So I think by her going after these two was smart, because they already didn't really have the numbers. And Victoria is kind of in with everyone. They don't really trust her too much, but like in her mind, like she thinks she's good with everyone. So if I'm putting myself in her shoes, this move makes sense, because they don't really have anyone campaigning for them, and the numbers are on this side. They control the votes, and I think she probably knew that. So
I want to go on record publicly. This is my second time probably doing this. I fucking hate Beth. I cannot stand Beth.
Ugh.
Beth just serves me that white girl who saw some, excuse my language, blunt conk, and just went crazy over it. You know, that's what they say. They don't say dick. They say conk.
They do say conk.
And
that's right.
It just it keeps rubbing me wrong. It just, watching her, none of her interactions seem like actually genuine. It seems very fetishizing, which is so unfortunate for us, because, you know, as someone who loves me some Jetson, as someone who loves them some Tyshawn, it's just like they are subjected to it, and they just seem so oblivious to it, and it's just kind of like, oh, this white woman showing me attention, ho 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 ho. Mm-hmm. And it hurts my heart, but I still stand them. It's fuck Beth, and I fuck them. I mean,
every day I wake up. Every day I wake up and ask myself, do I hate Beth or do I hate Tara more today? And right at this moment, I think it's Tara, but tomorrow it can very well be Beth. It could also change in a span of a half hour. I just can't stand them both. They're
Why is Tara getting so much screen time? Is a question that
they want to show off that little ponytail she be putting up every week. The little soccer mom ponytail.
I still don't have like too much of a feel for Tara. Like, I don't like Tara. It's very much so on the dislike side. But I think just something about Beth playing in my man's face and playing in your man's face, playing in these men's faces just works on my nerves. Which also we have another to talk about in regards to relationships.
Yes, girl.
We had some mess this week. But yeah, so I just want to see Beth go, which unfortunately won't happen. But I feel like Victoria gave us mess. It gave us the unexpected. It just served us as a good way to target those two without having to worry about getting blood on your hand. I don't think those two were like the biggest ones that were like, oh, your hands are going to get super bloody, but they seemed liked by a lot of people. So it felt like those could have possibly been the people who coasted their way to the end. And I'm not saying floated, no shade, no tea to Austin or Brayden. I don't think they're giving too much gameplay wise, which is why I say coasting. They definitely were on a little bit of a springtime vacation. Because they didn't give too much outside of the HOH that Austin won. Brayden just seems like he's there to be pandered to by the straight men. But that's a whole nother conversation for a little bit later.
Yes. I do want to add a couple of comments to you guys. I think one thing I will say this is that Victoria nominating anybody at the end of the day, you just said it, they would have probably coasted to the end. Her taking somebody out keeps her closer to the end, no matter who it is. And it's true. A player like Victoria, a player like Austin and a player like Brayden were going to be underestimated in the game anyways. However, I feel like that's to say with Austin, people probably would have targeted her at some point because she could win HOHs. However, she was in one unique position in which her HOH was invisible. Nobody could see what she was going to do. So pulling the strings as the most common, pulling the strings by taking out the side that has no numbers, the side that's probably going to get targeted anyways. This doesn't make sense to me. When you have the opportunity, you have all opportunity to take a shot at those people who are in the middle, who are going to make it to the end, protected. So I don't know.
You know who would have been a very, very good chop during this secret HOH, invisible HOH? Tina.
Tina.
No.
Because someone different.
I know we literally all said somebody different.
They're all the same name to me. They're all the same name.
I think that Tina is very clearly kind of positioning herself in trying to be the middle. I think Tina would have been a good, like, nobody's really targeting Tina too much. So, bitch, let's change that. Let's throw Tina in there. I think I could have enjoyed a Tina. Okay, she wouldn't have done Kiefer because her and Kiefer are kind of like the Lone Rangers. But I would have done somebody like
Tina Beth.
Yeah, as much as it hurts, a Tina / Beth, or maybe a Tina / a Tyshawn Jetson. So those could have been that. I do say, like, thinking forward towards the veto, I wish the veto was invisible too. I wish the veto was secret. I wish you had no idea who had the veto.
Amen.
So that way, literally everybody would have to talk to everybody. I wish everybody played in the veto also. I just wish it was a week of invisibleness where you ain't know who won the veto, so you got to pitch your different cases to every single person in hopes of being saved.
That was insane. I would have loved that though. Do you think Rohan would have used the veto?
Yes.
I feel like if it was secret, he would have used it.
Absolutely. He would have had no choice but to look at his own game at that point and not look at, like, if I do this, what happens to me next? Like, oh, if I do this now, I get to save what's happening to me right now, you know? And I feel like that's what he missed out. He was so scared of what everybody else was going to probably react by him using this veto on his two only allies, and he didn't use it, which is that's not what you're supposed to do. Never cave to the house what's the pressure? The house pressure. You never cave to them. Never. I think because you're just gonna fall.
His biggest fuck up was you literally lost your closest ally the week before that. Your closest ally was Sunt packing on the block next to you. No shade, no tea. Yes, the house voted in your favor, but it's clear that some of these bitches up in there clearly ain't want you there either. So it's kind of like, bitch, you alone. Think for yourself. Don't think for the house. And I think people get so caught up in thinking for the house. And I feel like Rohan was just so scared of what would happen if he used the veto. But at this point, your closest ally is gone. Austin and Brayden seem to be the people who would work in your favor the most. So you should have used the veto, forced somebody else up. More than likely sounded like it was going to be Beth, if I remember correctly. Or did I make that up?
I think it would have been Tara.
Either way, same thing. Same difference.
Oh, yeah.
When it should have been, because Victoria changes her mind so fast, so quickly. So I think she was leaning more towards Tara, but all day Wednesday, I think it was, she was going off about Beth planting seeds in Tara's head. Like, Beth's coming after you, and Tara just went off and is now full throttle against Beth. So I don't know. I think at the moment of the veto, I think she's going to put up Tara. But ever since Wednesday, Vic's been on a fuck Beth train.
Oh, no. I was wondering what happened with Victoria. I was like, because I'm confused on what's happening in this week on why they want to target a certain person. I mean, we all know
this week I've been reading up on this week, y'all, and I'm so confused as to who want to target who, because Beth asks every couple of minutes is like, well, I think we should do this, I think we should do that, maybe we should do this, but of course we can talk about that in the future. I feel like Rohan played his cards wrong. Absolutely. Now you're down another ally, and Rohan, more than likely, Rohan is giving himself a bitch, I'm about to get chopped in a double eviction with Victoria edit. No shade, no tea. I hope that don't happen to Victoria, but I feel like we all know it's probably on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with Rohan, he definitely should have used the veto. I feel like him not using the veto is giving us what we know today as Big Brother in like the US, where they want to pander to the house. I don't want to rock the boat. But like we just had 4 weeks of like people doing whatever the fuck they want to do in this game, and we suddenly get on this week and people are acting scared, emotions are getting into it. Like, Rohan, yes, buddy, you're gonna feel these emotions, you're gonna be a little sad, but like, dude, you literally just lost your ally. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to gain either by not using it. But you literally have so much to gain if you were to use the veto. And the possibilities and the things he could have gained, he will never know because Austin's out of the game. And he needed Austin more than he needed Ty and Jed and the Beths. TNT, like he literally needed Austin in this game more than all of those people because they ain't for them. They ain't for him at all. So
right.
Yes.
Y'all, question. When does jury start?
Next week.
Next
week.
week.
Is the double next
so it's
week?
a double. It's a double.
So two people
leaving next week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that might change. I take back what I said because if they're not nominating Rohan, do they know it's a double?
No.
I should assume.
Okay, so their plans are gonna be fucked up, and we could talk about okay. It's adding up. It's making sense because I've been reading and I've been looking, and apparently they've been saying, oh, Rohan and Victoria will be kind of good double eviction boots. But if that shit next week, y'all need to get that shit together. But thinking through about the people on the block, because leave a rental car place. Okay, I was just texting Lance. Lance was trying to make it home. But
do anybody know this answer? I believe it is.
It's two people will be entering the jury.
Yeah.
So they don't spend the week alone. That's kind of smart though.
Tara Beth.
Tara Beth would be really, really good. Tara get chopped first. Beth get chopped second.
Oh, that would be so amazing. Oh,
Beth is not leaving second. She's not.
I think Tara puts up Beth. Beth goes home, and then then Jen wins and puts up Tara. Tara goes home next.
I think Victoria has shown us she is able to win a competition. So maybe Victoria does win, and Beth gets her ass on the block.
I don't see Victoria nominating Beth for a double eviction, though.
I can see Victoria nominating herself. Like, Victoria can do anything at this point, and I'd be like, okay, yep.
Makes sense.
She is just something we have not seen in ever. Maybe I was gonna say a long time, but I don't think ever. Like, she's next level.
She's on a whole nother level, man. She's so hard to root for. Like,
but do both these both of them? If both of them going into the jury house, Shu, that means that both of them are joining the jury.
Wait, not too much on Shu, because Shu literally said, "Ignore my second question."
Oh, I thought he was saying, "Oh well, ignore my second question." Like, bitch, y'all ignore my question, huh? My man, Shu, I love you. Shu is a moderator here on Twitch in my channel. Truly appreciate Shu. When I tell you, Shu types out, I have a bot that says "thank you for the follow" when people follow me. And if Shu is in the chat, the bot will say "thank you for the follow," and then 3 seconds later, Shu will be like, "Hey, thank you for following Charles. What's up, yo?" So I truly I appreciate your hard work. Shu does the damn thing. But something that we need to dive into is Brayden. I feel like being played by both of these beautiful ass men, and I can't even be mad at it.
I'm so sorry. I haven't said that. Right? Anyways, carry on.
What was you grabbing?
I'm like trying to type in. I'm trying to stop my computer from turning off the lights. So I was
it was very let me go ahead and grab something while I listen to the story.
So
it's part of the break.
I know that's kind of what it was. I don't know if it was that, this story was kind of enticing you, or you saw Aaron in the audience and it kind of turned you on. But we didn't need to see a full shot of your crotch.
Wait, I can see. I'm not gonna see shit. Okay, never mind.
Lower the camera again. Oh no, not that.
No,
but y'all, I think the big thing of the week that happened between the boys that everybody is wondering what happened was Brayden saying to Austin, something happened. He don't want to say it for the cameras, but it was between him and Tyshawn.
Ooh.
I'm so jealous.
Me too. But also it leads me to wonder, like, are these straight men who are very comfortable in their sexuality that they are able to do this? Are they being game players? What's the tea?
Before we even get to that, can we just talk about how Beth has had the men, now Brayden has had the men? Like, they are just passing each other around in this house, and I love it. I love every
Yeah,
second.
I wish I was in this house, because when I tell you I would have been in that bitch spit roasted like a pig at a Thanksgiving dinner in Louisiana, bitch.
Apple
One in
and
the
all
front.
in the mouth.
Not the apple.
Not the apples, bitch, the balls. Oops, sorry. Oops. But no, I'm really jealous of Brayden, but like I'm kind of happy that I'm not Brayden, because I feel like this is something that could fuck with your mental, but also they got a lot of money on the line. So if you got to flirt with somebody and pander to the gay boy to get him on your side, you do what the hell you have to do.
What I need is confessionals, diary room sessions.
Yeah.
And we're not getting any of that. And anytime it gets brought up on the feeds cut. Why?
Maybe they really don't want to share it.
So what was it like? Was it a platonic cuddle session? Was it?
No, you don't hype up a platonic cuddle session. I've cuddled with straight friends before.
Well,
and
I do.
I think that as gay men, especially dealing with straight men, it seems to be an Achilles heel for a lot of straight men. So when straight men show any form of affection towards us, I know I used to have that issue too, because Brayden is 23?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I used to have that issue of like, oh, a straight man shows any affection towards me, and all of a sudden I'm like, he would definitely go gay for me. So, and then being in this house, being in quarantine, it really could fuck with you. I'm not saying that's all that happened. It could have been a platonic session. It could have been Brayden giving Tyshawn that guap 3000 with the salt and pepper shakers in that bitch churning and but I don't know. I'm very curious, and I feel like they are robbing us of knowing what happened.
Yeah.
And no shade, no tea to Tyshawn, but sir, if you are in fact in the closet, and you did in fact fuck with Brayden, why the fuck would you fuck with Brayden in a house with cameras everywhere and expect it to stay a secret? That's why I think that it's being blown up a little bit more than what it is.
Well,
I don't know.
Ty has never commented on his sexuality.
Right.
And also, I guess there was some discussion of some neck kissing. So that's the most that we know. It could have been more, but the feeds kept getting cut. So but there was neck kissing. So that's something.
Yeah, for me personally, it doesn't bother me that like if he's in the closet or if he's not, because I personally stand on the fact that like no one needs to come out. You know, if you want to kiss whoever you want to kiss, whatever you want to do, I'm not asking like, wait, are you gay? Like when people tell me like they're gay or they're like whatever they are today, my reaction years ago was like, oh my god, what? Now it's just kind of like, oh cool, like that's great, like you know, welcome me too. Welcome to the family. Like it's so it should be this most nonchalant thing. But I think this could be a case of Tyshawn exploring his sexuality, maybe. And I think that's okay. I think everyone should be exploring their sexuality.
Well, Tyshawn, if you are just so happen to be watching this back afterwards, you can explore your way to Los Angeles, where I have that Hoover. I have that what's it called? What's the little vacuum that go around your house? A Zumba. Zuma, I don't know. Y'all know that little vacuum, the automatic vacuum?
The little circle one?
Yeah. Hold on, let me search it.
I have one in my house.
Roomba, it's a Roomba, bitch. I got that Roomba suction. I got that. And when I tell you I would change your world. But no, it's just, it's interesting. Is it given a Kevin Martin? Is it given I'm truly exploring myself?
I think for just to add, I think for Tyshawn, it's in the house, bro. You're stuck with 13 people, bro. You're stuck with them for 7 months. And if you are somebody who's very comfortable with your sexuality, not 7 months, maybe like 3 months. I'm sorry. My bad. If you feel like 7 months, I can't believe it's only week 4 for them, man. It feels like a year. But you're stuck in the house with them. If you're somebody who's comfortable with your sexuality, I feel like I would do the same thing if I was straight, bro. Or if I was gay and there was girls who wanted to flirt with me, I probably would do the same thing. I would have been like, yeah, baby, yeah, what's up, what's good? Probably because at the end of the day, I'm starting to think like sexuality at this point in time. Like Josh said, it doesn't matter. It's really just a spectrum at this point. And people are all being so fluid in sorts that I can see him doing this. And do we cancel him for it? I'm not sure. I probably wouldn't.
No, I mean, I don't think it's anything cancelable. If regardless of his sexuality, if he is playing a game and using Brayden's attraction to him in his favor, is just kind of a thing that is going to have to chalk down to it. But I think the general consensus is Brayden is in a spot a lot of us wish we were in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I love that for him. I hope everything works out. I really would love to see kind of out in the that's who is given. I couldn't really explain who it was given to me. It's very much so giving me Frankie Grande, or I can't believe I just compared Brayden to Frankie, and Zach Rance. That's what their relationship reminds me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's very much reminding me of Zach Rance and Frankie, where in a couple of years, is it going to be Tyshawn coming and saying, well, we did in fact do everything that y'all thought we did? And if so, Brayden, I will DM you my number. Let's talk all about it. I want to know all the details.
I would just like to add too that like there aren't many other like women for like Ty and Jet to flirt with. If we go down the list, TNT, they're both married. One's a lesbian, one is married to a man. Then you have Beth, who can only hang out with one of them at a time. Really, I mean, they have their little cuddle set. I was like let me correct. I was like, they have their little cuddle sessions sometimes. But I'm like, if they want somebody for themselves, they don't really have any other options. Austin wasn't really available. Victoria has a boyfriend. So, like, who's next? And, like, Kiefer has a whole-ass wife at home. Like, the options there are not many other options. And I'm not discrediting Brayden because he is cute as fuck. And you know what?
Brayden is cute.
He is cute.
Such a cutie.
Mm-hmm.
But they have, the two boys, they have been cuddling up with Miss Victoria, and she is living her best life.
I know, she loves it.
It's what she wanted. It's literally what she wanted.
It's all she wanted. She said, LaToya's out. Beth, scoot. I'm here.
Beth is targeting. I feel like that's probably like, Victoria.
Now I have a question for y'all.
Beth targeting Tara and Victoria. She's trying to limit the options. That's what she's doing.
I have a different opinion. Well, I don't know if it's different. But say if y'all are outside of the Big Brother house and your partner gets on Big Brother, would you tell your partner do whatever it takes to bring that check home, as long as it comes back to me? I personally feel like it is what it is, bitch. Guess what? If you gotta just lay in that bed and cuddle, now don't get disrespectful towards me, bitch. Mm-hmm. But like, if you gotta lay in that bed and cuddle, bitch, even if they like, bitch, do you want to make out and y'all make out in that motherfucking bed? Listen, guess what? Long as you get that check. And you bring that ass home to me. Now, if you up in that bitch making out with somebody who at the fucking bottom about to go home, then we gonna have some issues. I mean, like,
I wouldn't care about that either. I wouldn't. Do what you gotta do. You need to make out with somebody because you haven't made it with me in 70 days. Do it.
You know what? Actually, accurate. I think I'm one who's very big on. I'm kind of a jealous person. I'm very big on open relationships, but I feel like thinking about Victoria. And Victoria living her fantasy. If I was Victoria's boyfriend, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be upset because I'm just kind of like, you get that check. Guess what? That check coming home to me. Mm-hmm. Now, if you get on there and you try to play me and you get disrespectful and start talking down on me in front of other people, then we're going to have some issues. But like, yes, as Shu said, with moderation. So I think that, no Christine, Big Brother.
Yeah.
Shout out Christine.
Oh no, my jealous ass can't do it.
I think Victoria's like intentions are a little strange though. It's kind of like obsessive how badly she wants to work with Jed and Ty. She went hard after LaToya. Now she's gunning for Beth to be in that spot. And it's like, do you just really want to work with them because you want to work with them? Or what's going on? You're loving all the flirting that's going on. So if I were her boyfriend, I'd be like, okay, if it's literally just game, that's fine. But she's gunning so hard just to work with them.
It is interesting. Don't want to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Wait, Christine. Oh,
Wait.
sorry.
I would eat that.
You would eat what?
Yes, we have a lot of questions. What are you eating?
What are you eating?
Also, Naveed, were you a LaToya defender? You know that's what the stands call themselves. The LaToya
Okay,
stands.
so I took a break from Twitter when Big Brother Candace started. This season started, and up until about her eviction. So I have no idea what anyone thinks of LaToya. But here's my thing on LaToya. It was cool seeing someone like her, like a dark-skinned woman, play this game the way that she did. She's a fucking cop, and I just can't, like, that just,
Literally
that just,
a fucking cop.
I couldn't do it.
You could have had any other profession, but she had to be a cop.
Yeah. Oh my, she was a teacher. Oh my God, like,
I would have been riding for her.
Absolutely. I said if LaToya gets off the season, which she's out, I'm very thankful. Y'all know that I wanted LaToya as an early boot from jump. But it's no shade, no tea. If she gets off and she quits her job and she's like, you know what, I realized that this was not the profession for me, and she comes back for All Stars, baby, I'm a stand. Yes. Because she gave us very good gameplay. She gave us a lot, and I enjoyed it. But we do have a question.
Yes.
Curious to hear your thoughts on Tina. She seems to have lost her grip on the house. What does she need to increase her longevity? I think it's very unfortunate with the way the house is going at this point. It just seems like a big fuck fest of fucking. And her being the older lesbian is, I don't know if it's like truly playing the part, but I feel like everybody else is just all flirting in a web of flirting. And it seems like Tina and Tara are on the outside of this big ass web of, I want to flirt with everybody. And Tina is not being, I don't think Tina's being aggressive enough. The spot that she's playing requires her to do a little bit more. And I don't feel like she is giving us that more. She's not planting enough seeds.
Amen. I think Tina did lose her grip in a way, but is she still going to make it for the long run? Yes. Her and Kiefer are set now. They literally cannot do anything, and they're going to make it to the end. I promise you guys. What is in the problem, though, is can they make a win out of that? I think Tina needs to make a move. She needs to step up this game. The way this house is moving right now is the people who I can see winning are the people who are in front of people. Like Victoria can win this game. Rohan can win this game. Jed can win this game. Ty can win this game. And it's because their game is so much out there where Tina, Kiefer, and Tara are falling in the background. And we'll probably have a hard time rooting to these people and telling them, hey, I was controlling y'all, because in reality, they were controlling themselves. So
right. Josh, you gave some looks. Did you disagree with what I said?
No, it wasn't that. I was looking at the response we
in real time. Yeah, that's what, I didn't know if that's what it was. I honestly, for me, do y'all know who my winner pick is at this moment? And I feel like it is so random and completely opposite of what I thought going into the game. I feel like the winner pick in this moment is Brayden.
I hope so.
And for me, I feel like Brayden isn't doing that much, but I feel like Brayden is also in a decent position to ramp it up in game and knock people out. Because at this point, I don't think nobody's going to target Brayden too much now that Austin's gone. Austin's gone. Brayden seems to not be on people's tongues too much. And I feel like Brayden is in a good spot to, and I don't even think Brayden needs to float. Brayden can coast at this point. Brayden can sit back, let everybody else do the work, and then kind of like in No Shade, No Tea, Stan Brother Redemption, where I lost the final HOH to Jed, and Jed, who ain't did shit the whole game, ended up winning because he did that one big move of taking me out. I think that Brayden had the good chance of just like coasting his way to the end, and in a moment where he needs to, winning that vital HOH, chopping that person, and just like going to the final two and literally laying out his game of, oh, well, while I didn't do much here, it's because I didn't need to.
Yep.
And he's likable, so I feel like they would give him votes.
Reminds me of Paris from BB Can 6.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs to win like a couple comps at the end, and then
he wins. Yeah.
Hold on, right quick.
I think Brayden is also just in that position where like he can take somebody out right now and not get any blood blood from it. Kiefer was in that similar position. He was so by himself that when he decided to put two people up, the house targeted each other, not Kiefer, and Kiefer got no blood from that. Brayden's in a similar position as that, so I think Brayden's just set for the end game at the moment. It's just if he can again, who he's sitting by, honestly.
Y'all, we're gonna take a moment. I just got a very passionate DM in all caps letters from somebody who said that they have a lot to say about Brayden. So I did just drop that link to them. They should be joining. It is Mr. Shu himself. Yes, Shu messaged me.
I can't wait to be Shu.
It's Josh Shu. Well, I'm still mad that his nickname is Shu because his name is
No,
Josh
I'm not.
Shu.
When I discovered that, y'all have to go back and watch it. I was so happy to see that it's not just Josh or Joshi. Like, there's another nickname that can be used with my name. I was so mind blown.
I never thought about that. Joshua?
Yes, I literally didn't know. And when he said, "Oh, y'all need to invite me one day, so it could be 3 Joshes," I was like, "Who the fuck is the third Josh? I'm confused." He was like, "Bitch, I'm Joshua."
Yep.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Yep. Shu,
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna y'all call me nickname Shu.
That's a cool nickname.
I kind of want to use it too. Like, my name is Josh, but you can call me Shu. They'll be like, "What the fuck?"
They're like, huh?
I just thought his name was Shu. I literally thought his name. I thought his entire name was Shu. But I did drop him the link. We could keep going forward, but I feel like Brayden is. Oop, not that. I feel like Brayden is in such a good spot right now, and if Brayden continues to like lay his cards out right and building those social relationships can get him a win. I love Victoria, but Victoria's ass is gonna get chopped.
Oh yeah,
very soon, and that's okay. That's fine with me because I feel like we've been chopping a lot of white people.
Mm-hmm. What's that? Make
the white men,
white people get but to make the white people mad, let's add in another black person. It's Shu.
Hello, Shu. I don't know if you met Naveed. Naveed, this is Shu. Shu, this is Naveed.
Nice to meet you. I love your name.
Thank you.
Shu.
Josh,
I love
it took me. Thank you. It was my brother. He gave it to me while he was a little too. But yeah. So
a little too what?
I'm gonna start doing that.
But no, Josh. Whenever I was watching Sequester this year, I was like, yo, hold up, wait, Billy about to smash. And then I started watching this stream and I was like, wait, hold up, this can't be Billy's brother. And then I was like, wait, hold up, no. So I love you, love your sister, y'all are dope.
Excuse me, first of all, this is not a moment to hype Josh up, bitch. If you walk up in this room, you hyping us all up. So what do you have to say about me? What do you have to say about Naveed? And what do you have to say about Josh Calhoun?
Hey.
Naveed, I have not met you, but I've heard that you are a queen. So
absolutely, 110%. Who should have been on Big Brother Canada 9 this fucking season, but they playing with me, bitch. They could have left Tara at her fucking house.
Oh,
could have. They could have left Tara at her house. But
Josh, he's gone. But
hey, I had the burp. I didn't want to do that on screen.
No, I literally said, Charlie, call me on Discord because I'm literally over here eating wings right now.
And bitch, you gonna eat your wings on this camera and talk to us?
No, I'm not. Once I say what I have to say, I'm gonna stop camera. But yes, let me just get right to what I was gonna say.
Yes, you.
Brayden.
Love that name.
The thing with Brayden was when I first, because he was first revealed, and I was like, oh, he could be cool. He was giving me very much Gary, And I, like a lot of people thought he was going to give Gary, and I was like, okay, maybe he's just going to be just this black boy that's kind of like Gary, gives you that kind of feeling. But then the thing that caught me by surprise was when they were revealing the Twitter accounts, right? And his Twitter account was run by a white boy. And so I said, his best friend is white. And then like the Twitter account, the person was running, he was like, yeah, we have all of our friends like this at the third. And he was with a lot of white people. He was also with black people. And so I was like, maybe this nigga gonna win because he can code switch. Because the big thing about Big Brother is being able to play in different groups. And if we're playing in a game with 5 black people, if you can get the black people with you, and then you can get the white people with you, you good.
Damn, so, this is describing me. Oh my God.
No, but literally. And so when I saw that, I was like, no, he has to do good because he is able to code switch between the two of us. So my big worry for him when he first started was, can he get in the Black Alliance? Because at first it just looked like it was going to be Victoria, Latoya, and then the boys. And so when he wasn't in that, I was like, no, this is not going to be good for his game. He's gonna go. After that happened, I was like, maybe he's good. But then once I saw that clip of them singing like Nicki Minaj lyrics while Tyshawn was getting his haircut, I was like, wait a minute.
You should watch him now.
Right.
I love that.
I said maybe there's something forming, and then the whole little showman's happened.
Yeah, I think Brayden has put himself. I think Brayden losing Austin has put him in a better position than Brayden having Austin, and I'm perfectly okay with that because no shade on T. I know people gonna drag me for this, but Austin is a white woman, very white passing, and seeing the white people drop like flies touches my heart. And that's on period. And seeing that she dropped and Brayden is flourishing without her. Well, I can't say she's flourishing without her. It's literally been like a day. But like seeing Brayden in a better position now than before is making me happy. So I'm 100% okay with this.
It would not have worked out the other way around if Brayden had went and Austin would have stayed in the house. She would have crumbled. I don't know who she would have latched onto. But I was always excited to see what Brayden can do without Austin, just because he is so much more of a social threat than she is.
Yes.
She was always holding him back, and I don't dislike. I like Austin. I had very high expectations for her, so I was really disappointed. So I was very okay with her going this last week, just to see how Brayden can do. And like, I just don't see how he doesn't make Final Four at this point.
Yeah, Final Four, Final 3, unless he has like a major fuck up. Yeah. I don't know. My Final 4, Final 3 situation, my gut is telling me that Jetson and Tyshawn are going to be the two that separated at the very end.
Yes.
One of the ones.
Brayden, I feel like Brayden is going to be that person that's like, all right, bitch, it's been fun, but which one of you hoes has to go? And unfortunately, I feel like Jetson is going to be the one that is chopped.
See, I think I said this like I think last year or 2 weeks ago. I think Jed's gonna win. I don't know why. I just have a gut feeling Jed's gonna win the whole thing.
I think Tyshawn wins. I think Tyshawn.
I don't want him to win, but
I mean, I would be okay with that. I just feel like the boys. I label them. Y'all already know we the black boys, and I label us sometimes as the boys. I feel like the boys. Y'all already know who I'm talking about. Tyshawn, Jetson, and Brayden just will make their way to the end. Unfortunately for my Queen Victoria, I do feel like she is a early jury boot.
I don't think so.
I think she's mid.
Well, not like super early.
You think she wins? I think
she's mid. I think she's mid jury.
Yeah, I think she's like early mid. You know, like at the beginning part of the middle. I don't know if she will be the one that is like, depending on how things play out. Because if things don't play out in her way, I do feel like Tina would be like that person in the Final Four.
Yeah.
No, I feel like Tina would be that person in the Final Four with Tyshawn, Jetson, Brayden, and then Tina, and then they just chop Tina, and that's when it
I don't see that.
That's what my gut is telling me.
No,
I agree. I said about Jed or Brayden and Jed. I don't see how Tina also doesn't make the Final Four.
Right. If
Tina
not,
is best set up. in the house right now.
If
She
not
is.
her, I can see Rohan because they are targeting Rohan. But sometimes when somebody is targeted that much, they just kind of slip their way all the way through. My gut is telling me it's going to be Tina or Rohan. Those are the only two people I can see in that final 4 spot. Everybody else, I feel like is going to be cut before that. Kiefer is definitely going to be gone. I don't see longevity for Kiefer. I don't see longevity
He
for.
could win his way. I think he could win his way.
I hope he don't, because that's who I dislike.
I
I
know.
don't know.
I think Kiefer.
Ugh.
I think if Kiefer wins HOH, he targets. Actually, I don't know who he targets. Rohan again. Actually,
Yeah.
you know what? Never mind. I don't know who he targets.
He has a weird obsession with Rohan. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's definitely targeting him. No, he hates Rohan so much.
And it's fair that he hates Rohan, though, from what I've
Yeah.
been getting. Like, Rohan was pretty disgusting to him. And to my understanding, Rohan's never actually apologized to Kiefer. So it's warranted at this point.
Yeah, we'll see.
I thought
We'll
it was just
see.
that one incident, though. And
Can we talk about this incident real quick? I love
Yes,
this.
Wait,
please.
hold on. Mac says
Got
Brayden
it.
or Victoria for veto. Has something popped off since we've been on here?
I think he's just
changed?
rooting.
Oh, yeah, we should go. We should actually get to this week, y'all.
I think-
Beth won HOH.
Wait, before we get to this week, I think
Oh.
there is one more thing that we should talk about. Actually, I can share it on the screen for those who didn't see it. Josh, hold on, let me pull it up.
Yeah. Josh's.
Share. I'm gonna share my screen, y'all. Pull my screen up. Let's go ahead and watch.
Shu, where are you from?
I go to school in Cincinnati.
Meaning he's
Okay.
from fucking Ohio. Who the fuck from
I'm-
Ohio?
I'm from Kentucky.
Ohio.
That's even
Oh
worse.
my God, this.
I know somebody from
I know.
Cincinnati.
Okay, so I feel like this is
Go
something
ahead.
that we need to watch and we need to address because Twitter has a lot of opinions about this.
Oh yes.
A lot of
Ooh.
opinions. Let's see.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
His big brother.
Can y'all
not
hear it?
Find your bestie.
Yeah.
All you traded
Yeah.
was seclude yourself and act invisible. The only time it's good to be invisible in this game is when you're the invisible HOH. That's right, girl. It's me. I'm aligned with everyone in this house, and I have to put the bossy glossies up because I just didn't know where your heads are at, and that ain't good for my game. Sorry, girl.
Okay. Oop, not that. Not
Love
all
her.
of my
A
DMs.
very weird woman. She needs help.
She's so cracked.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
hold on.
But she talks really well though. Like I would, if she really had if her and Austin were like enemies in this game, I would be like, damn, yes, you go, girl. Thing is, they were friends, so I don't
No,
know.
right. Right,
I
that
won't-
was the thing.
I won't say Twitter was mad. Stan Twitter is full of dumbass.
Oh, no. There was a whole thread, baby. I was looking through. They was mad.
That's why I'm saying
Oh,
I won't say Twitter in general was mad. As somebody who's unfortunately immersed in org Twitter and Stan Twitter, two completely different Twitters.
Yep.
Oh my God, being in both of them is the worst.
Right?
Stan Twitter is full of dumbass people who just say stupid shit just to say it. And Stan Twitter was very upset with this goodbye message. They said it was weird. They said she was very mean. And I think that if anybody needs to follow a formula for a goodbye message, this should be the goodbye message that is pasted in all of the sequestered people's
Yes.
room. And they need to watch this over and over because I think that goodbye message was perfectly executed.
Yeah.
Even
Very
better-
Rachel Riley. Very Rachel
Very
Riley.
that, but also I think that it just for some reason it also reminded me of Josh from Big Brother. Was that 18?
Me? Oh.
19.
19?
Like
Big Brother-
Martinez?
yeah, it kind of gave me a Josh Martinez type thing, like, yeah, bitch, you gone. Except Josh didn't say it wasn't me. Josh said it was somebody else, but it was like you gone.
Yeah.
But here's the big reveal: it was Paul.
No.
Yes.
He clutched that
You
check at
think-
the
Did
end,
he-
too, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
it
like,
kinda
Paul
gave
and I
me-
had did this, and then Paul would be like, I didn't do none of that. Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
what
did
happened. I
that
forgot about that.
It kind of gave me a little bit of an ENTs from BB14. Like whenever he got rid of Mike with Boogie, and he was like, "Yeah, so I just want to let you know, you're surprised, but I was the one who got rid of you and everything like that. And this is the moves that I made behind the scenes." And I think he made it in a braggadocious way. Of course, it wasn't in the same way that Victoria did because that's not his personality. But I think that the stark contrast between the way in which we praised Ian for getting rid of Big Boogie and the way in which we're not praising Victoria for getting rid of someone that was not good for her game
It's interesting.
It's pretty obvious.
I will just go on the record
People
to
love
say
Austin.
it's not even just Stan Twitter, it's the Latoya Stans, sick in the head, and I'll be the first to say it.
Yeah.
It's the Latoya Stans that aren't really behind this. So
I think it's
That-
the Austin fans. I think they just.
Well,
I
Austin
think
fans also
they're trying to
they're
use
pretty
it.
strong. They ride for their queen.
from the looks of it, Victoria was responsible for getting rid of seemed like both of the fan favorites.
Mhm.
Austin was a very clear fan favorite. Latoya was
Why though?
I because she white.
She's pretty. She's pretty.
Like, I was just gonna say, is she? Yeah, is it just because she's gorgeous? Is that why?
Right.
She
Yeah.
has
Stan Twitter does that. Stan Twitter does a thing where as soon as they see somebody pretty and light skinned, they go up for them. Or white. Yes, I know
Giving
that.
Annalise.
I know that Austin isn't really necessarily white, but no shade, no tea. If Austin walked down the street without listing off her percentages, you would think that was a white woman. And yes, I said percentages because you know some people who are of color that look white will, if you tell them white, they'll go off the list. Like, 'cause remember that actually, I'm not white. I'm 9% Irish, 6% African. You heard it here first. 7% Asian. So you know they'll give off their percentages. So I call them the percentage people. And I feel like people just really attach to that because they're like, oh, this is a beautiful lighter woman. Let me attach to that. Then you have the black people who was really for the black people who saw a beautiful dark-skinned woman. And it was like, bitch, I don't care if she a police officer. We riding for her, which I don't blame. Okay, I can't say I don't blame y'all for riding for Latoya, but she did eat this game up in the short time that she was there. But yeah, those were two fan favorites. Seemed like two completely different audiences
Oh yeah.
standing them.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they were two fan favorites.
They all come together though because they're all taken out by Victoria. Victoria said bye.
Right.
Also,
Which is why I like her.
they've been saying that Victoria is a woman hater, and I don't think that's the case. Well, okay, maybe a little bit.
no,
I don't think-
no.
I don't-
This
I don't-
narrative
I
is
don't
either.
awful. It's not.
I
even
don't think
true.
I don't think she hates women, but I do think she will take out a woman to position herself better with the men. But I think that's what
I will
she
say
needs
that.
to do for her game. I think that her game is just not. It's not with the women. It's just the way her cards were dealt. Her game is not with the women. So the way that she has to play is, yes, I'm about to knock out all these women to get to where I need to be. There are some people who do this as like I'm not like the other women type of thing. Like, I'm not like the other girls. You know how they have the women who try to pander to the men? I don't see Victoria pandering to the men. I see Victoria knocking out these women because they are not good for her game in this moment.
True.
So that's why I can't say that I'm upset with Victoria for knocking out women.
And her OG number one was Julie. So
And then guess what? The house said, fuck you, bitch. You gotta go.
tragic. I'm so
Which
sorry.
is also weird, I think, that if her number one was Julie, but she was also close with Austin, why was that never a trio? Victoria,
Yeah,
I don't think it had time to make it to a trio because we remember the first week. Victoria was trying to build connections, and people were low-key shading her. Victoria talked to a lot of people, and I think Julie was one of the only people that kind of really opened up to Victoria and gave Victoria a chance to speak to her. Because I felt like everybody wasn't giving Victoria a chance, and now it's coming to bite them in the ass, and people on social media is upset because Victoria, they didn't think Victoria was going to be the one who was going to have power this constantly. And now that she has it this constantly and she knocking out their favorites who kind of was shading her low key, even though I don't think Austin necessarily shaded her too much. I just don't think Austin didn't give her too much time a day. Like, they didn't give each other too much time a day, I would say. I don't think this is Austin's fault. It's just they didn't really connect.
I think Victoria, first off, going with the whole woman hating thing, I don't know. I think Latoya, targeting Latoya was warranted. We all saw what happened. And targeting Austin, kind of strange, but who knows? Who cares? She sees it as gameplay, so it makes sense. However, I feel like Victoria is the type of player who comes off like, if you're not showing her the amount of attention you gave her in the beginning throughout, then she's going to feel some type of way. I feel like Austin probably was giving her a lot of attention in the beginning weeks, and now that Austin started talking to Brayden more, Victoria took that as offense. She's like, what the fuck? what is this?
Yeah.
All the boys were not giving her Victoria any attention before, but ultimately gave her attention after her HOH.
Mhm.
Notice that? She started liking them more. Kiefer, another person like that. She started working with them more. So I feel like to be on Victoria's side, honestly, you just gotta be like, hey, what's up, girl? Come on.
Austin
here.
Brady mentioned wanting Victoria out and admitted it to her the week prior to the secret HOH.
Oh.
No, they were throwing her under the bus so that it could protect Kyle and Roe when Kiefer was HOH, but they didn't necessarily want her out. But out of like the 5 of them, it was going to be Vic.
You
that they would
said
sacrifice.
you just said a name and it put a thought in my head, Naveed. I don't think I hated any of the white men this season. And I think
I didn't really care for Kyle.
I didn't
Me
care
neither.
for Kyle, but
Yeah.
you know that there is always like, no matter what the season is, a white man that I'm just like, fuck that bitch, he gotta go.
Well, I mean, there's only 2 white men this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
I
Josh was like, "Oh, I love him."
I hated Josh on the season. I hated
No.
Josh. No,
Yes,
wait,
I will
let me-
agree. I will agree.
Let me elaborate. I hated Josh when I first saw Josh's video.
Me
I
too.
hated Josh the first week. But the second week, I was like, they kind of fucked up for treating Josh this way. And ever since Josh has left, and me seeing Josh on Twitter, me seeing Josh interact on social media, I was like, I really can't believe I'm going to say this. I kind of conceived you to be completely different than what you were. But that's kind of how reality TV plays. They kind of play you up as this type of person. But then sometimes when you get out, you're a completely different person. And he is a completely different, chill person than I fully expected. And now his Elon Musk, if I were to watch his Elon Musk comment now,
I laugh.
I would I'd literally be like, I literally understand what you're saying. I literally understand what you're doing, as opposed to watching it back then. So I love Josh now. I just didn't love Josh at the beginning. It was very much so he grew on me. Same thing with Brayden. I didn't like Brayden, but Brayden grew on me. Rick James.
Mhm.
Rick James.
Tina Turner. All the above.
What is this?
Hmm?
But yeah, that's just me. I it was kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Did Kyle do anything like hard up
Problematic.
racist?
Yeah, he
No. He's just a normal person.
he said, okay, so where Kiefer's from, was it like Hada Nation?
Yeah.
Something like that. So
Yeah.
after he got put up by Kiefer, he said something like, "Oh, I'm gonna win the veto, and that will be for like Hada Nation or something like that," which is just very disrespectful.
Okay, well, never mind, y'all. I didn't know that. Okay, that's
Yeah.
kind of that's kind of.
Yeah, I never liked him anyways.
But I do want to shout out once again. I feel like we shout this out every week, but this casting, it's really fucking good.
Casting did that. Casting did that, baby.
Okay, girl.
Yes.
This casting
No.
is
Like, you won't shout it out. I mean, baby girl did the damn thing.
No.
Like,
Guys,
this
But
cast-
she might not be doing the damn thing next year after what
no,
happened.
she gathered up a
She
fan.
might not be
She
doing the
gathered
damn
up a
thing.
fan because she was asked. She was on Twitter. She was like, "What do y'all think about the seasons before? What do you think of the cast?" And somebody was like, "It's so good since you had nothing to do with it." And she was like, actually," she was
But
like,
also, Arissa had to do with it too. So I do want to give props to Arissa.
"Yeah,
So,
absolutely."
that's where all my shout out is going
But
to. Arissa.
Casting did say in the tweet, she was like, I still pick the 6, like the 4, however many people, and I send it to the producers, and then they approve or deny it. So in reality, she has a lot to say. They just approve or deny it. So
yeah, that is true.
But
Yeah.
this,
Good job,
This-
casting.
the way that
She
this
also cast
casting,
Aiko.
yeah, but the way that this casting worked, y'all, the way that this cast worked. Granted, some of my faves were not on there when they should have been on there, and I'm still gonna sit on that. They got some people who should have been there, but you know, in the fucked up world of racism, they were seen as the victorious. Unfortunately, they all got put in the same box. We already know who I'm talking about. But I feel like it gives us like a bunch of different people to root for. It doesn't give the white people the automatic advantage because it's just so many of y'all. Even though it was still a good amount of y'all. It just
I mean, it was only what, 5?
3.
was-
Oh, wait, no,
Five.
4 or 5. Yeah, 5.
Tina,
4.
Tara, Kyle, Josh, and Beth.
It was
Five.
4.5. We're gonna say 4.5 because I'm gonna count no shade, no tea to Kiefer. Kiefer is also very white passing, and Austin. So those two are like they don't count as a full white person, but they are very much so those.
I don't think
That's
Kiefer's
7.
white
I would like a
passing.
discllaimer.
You
think
don't?
it's white passing.
No,
The opinions of Charlie do not stand for everyone in the call.
I
no,
mean, that's just me. Kiefer looks like a white man to me.
no, that's what a lot of indigenous people in this region look like, I would say.
So okay, so maybe it's different there. Like if
Mhm.
Kiefer was here, then I would think Kiefer's a white man, but maybe people there think differently.
Yeah, I could Austin's definitely white passing. I wouldn't say that Kiefer's white passing.
Okay, well, I take that back. We're gonna
Okay.
say it was 4 point something.
Well, there's 5, and then
5.
Austin be
It was
5.5.
Who was the
It was
Kyle,
Tara,
Josh,
3 girls, 2
Tara,
guys.
Tina, Beth.
Oh girl, I didn't forgot about Beth. Y'all, I literally did
Good.
wrote Beth out of the house.
Good.
I'm thinking about
I
Lily
is
Wilson
just
right now.
so
Don't forget
bad.
about her.
But it just
Bethel.
it gave. I think the season could have went either way, but it wasn't like a black person or a person of color clawing from the bottom
Mhm.
to get their way to the top, which we see over and over again, and I'm still super excited about that.
I kind of want to touch on that because I feel like this was something I want to say was purposeful. I don't know if you guys have talked about it. I know I've been here for a lot of calls, but I don't know if y'all talk about this specifically. But if you look at the Black people's job descriptions and everything that they do, they're all governmental jobs, which was something that I thought was really interesting. Like, I think Tyshawn works for the city that he lives in. I'm thinking
Victoria, social
is
worker.
a social worker. Jed, he's a personal trainer, I think, but so that's not. But we have
And Latoya was big cop propaganda. Oops, sorry.
Braden is a anthropology student, so he'll likely work in some type of government facility or some sort. And I think that that's really interesting on casting to give us so many Black people. I'm glad that they gave us 5 Black people. We don't get 5 Black people, period.
Amen.
But I think it was really interesting, and I think it was really purposeful that they gave us people in government positions instead of people like Swaggy, I guess to say, because Swaggy he was his own entrepreneur. We don't get Swaggies, we just got Jedson.
I will say I did enjoy the Swaggies because one thing I do love is when they cast. I'm not saying that none of these other Black people are authentic, but like authentic Black people in the sense of ghetto Black people. Swaggy was ghetto. And I 100% enjoyed ghetto ass Swaggy on my TV screen. I 100% enjoyed just like seeing that side of Blackness, which that side of Blackness is often not showcased.
Honestly, they actually they try to hide that Blackness. And a lot of cast Black people who want to be like, I'm not that type of guy. Trust me, you guys. And I feel like having somebody authentic like Swaggy honestly opened the door for me feeling like I could be on that show. I'm like, wow, this is great. This is like somebody that I could relate to, somebody I know. I feel like that was like a cousin of mine. So I think a representation in that sense where it's like Black people from all across the world, all different types of Black people, all different type of lifestyles, different type of income. Now that is what I feel like casting should start putting in perspective.
And I think they did this season a pretty good job at kind of diversifying the Black people that we had. But go ahead, Navi. I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
Oh no, that's okay. I was just gonna say, like, touch on what Josh was saying about like the different types of Black people you can cast. Where it's a little harder here in Canada when outside of like the Greater Toronto area, you kind of just grow up with like a lot of white people. Like there just isn't that many Black people, unfortunately. So that's why last season when we had Jamar, that was like breathtaking. I'm like, are you seriously got someone from Scarborough like Jamar? Like I could not believe that. I could not believe that because like I live in Saskatchewan. Like there's no one here like that, and if they are, it's very inauthentic, or they're from Toronto. They moved here for a job or something like that. So if they can really get down and like pick more Jamars or something like that would be beautiful. It's just so much harder too.
I feel like, and I will go out on a limb to say this was already one of the greatest casting choices of Big Brother Canada. But if they would have brought back Jamar and put him in the house with this exact cast,
Yes.
it would
You
have
know won.
it like literally there would be no argument that there would have been no better cast, because I think Jamar would have brought a different side to the Black people and would have showcased those. I like, some people don't like the word ghetto. I like the word ghetto because, you know, some people try to shoot that as like a negative thing. I'm very much so that person who finds the beauty in ghetto, and Jamar is ghetto.
Oh yeah.
And that's just period. I feel like Jamar would have just full circle gave us like a good diverse group of Black people. While they are diverse, I think that just would have added more to that diversity and showcased the many different types of Black people, as opposed to the type of Black people here in America they like to cast. Nothing wrong to these Black people, but the Black people that they tend to cast tend to be those palatable Black people. I think the least palatable Black person that we have gotten, for the white people at least, when I say least palatable, I'm not saying nothing bad for them, is Da'Vonne. And that's because Da'Vonne didn't really fit the mold. Her Black girl magic was not the Black girl magic that the white people wanted to see.
No.
So I think that would have been good to have somebody whose Black boy magic was not the Black boy magic that the white people wanted to see. Period. But I think the Black people we have now, while they are diverse, the white people tend to, like, I'm not saying they're not racist towards her. I'm lying, LaToya, because these white folks was racist towards LaToya. Let me take that back. I don't like LaToya, but they show was racist towards my bitch LaToya. So y'all get what I'm saying.
Oh, that's progress. He called him my bitch.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Progress.
Yes, progress.
I said a lot, but I don't know if anything I just said made sense, y'all. Y'all know I ramble, but yes, that was my point.
No, it totally makes sense. And I wanted to touch on as well, since Canada is so focused right now on reconciling with the Indigenous community. It dawned on me last week that there have only been 3 Indigenous people on the show, which is disgusting in my opinion. So I would honestly, season 1, season 7, season 9. And I would much rather put an emphasis on casting more Indigenous people throughout the country. There's so many different tribes that exist in Canada, and that's what they need to focus on moving forward. Like, how do you only have 3 out of 9 seasons? That just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
I never realized that, and I think this is why I like having somebody who does live in Canada come in, because y'all are able to kind of give us the social structure of Canada that we might not be able to see. And I didn't realize that Canada was kind of in a moment of reconciling with Indigenous people. I do think Indigenous people need to be showcased, because once again, we are on their land, regardless of how y'all try to put it. This they land, the white people came and stole it, and they stole us too and brought us here. So while it ain't our fault, we still own their land. I think it would be nice. I think it would be very nice to see more Indigenous people and be able to hear more of their stories. Because while Kiefer gets on my nerves, I enjoy when he talks about his upbringing, when he talks about his culture. It is definitely eye-opening to me, because I don't know too many Indigenous people. I don't know what Indigenous people go through. So hearing Kiefer talk about it, and hearing Kiefer talk about what this means, what that means, it really touches me, because it gives Kiefer that platform and that chance to really get out and raise visibility. Yeah. So while I do say Kiefer is white passing, but y'all might have changed my mind on that. But also I do think Kiefer is doing a wonderful job at representing himself and his culture. And he's not burying it, and he's very much so like, y'all know me, I'm that person who's gonna remind you that I'm Black. He is that person that's gonna remind you that he's Indigenous, and I enjoy that 110%.
He's great casting for that reason. Like, I love that. He drives me crazy, and he says things that I wish he wouldn't say, but he's so prideful of where he's from, and that's such a beautiful thing for the Indigenous community. Because actually, I wish they aired this conversation I saw in the live feeds when Sorry, I think my mom just got home.
Not the ghost. Ooh.
Freaking out. Him and Latoya were having a conversation about police officers, and Kiefer's like, not gonna lie, I don't like the police force, and Latoya's just like, haha, like why? Because obviously he's a police officer, but trying to hide it. And he's like, well, they're not good to my people. And she did not know how to react. She just changed the subject. And I wish they would have aired that, because police brutality is such a topic now, of course, in the United States, more so like on the Black community, but over here it's towards the Indigenous community. The way that they're treated, the history of it is brutal. It's disgusting.
Wow.
It's really dark, and I wish that's something they could have touched on the episodes, but you can't have everything.
No shade, no tea. Big Brother Canada producers, I doubt y'all watching us, but if y'all are, I 100%, and this is not her fault, I feel like Latoya was literally their cop propaganda, and I feel like they wouldn't air something like that because it would have been something negative towards cops. Because not that Latoya, did anything like negative per se. I just kind of do feel like, even from her intro video, it was kind of propaganda. It was just kind of like, oh, the cops, they're not all bad. And I feel like that conversation would have possibly shined, I don't know the word I'm looking for, a different light than what they was trying to portray. But that's kind of what they gave me with that casting choice, especially a Black woman as a police officer. Very much so was giving me, not only is she a police officer, but she's a Black woman. So maybe this will change their ways.
Was she a recruit?
Yeah, I think she was a recruit.
I think that is very. That's one thing about like having so many different type of people on the show now, is that it gives us a chance to really understand and educate us as viewers, specifically me. Like this, Big Brother Canada has so much of North American viewers who will probably never know that indigenous people had such a history with police brutality, that I feel like Big Brother Canada could have took this opportunity to really shine and
to
educate
highlight
a lot of people.
Right, I didn't know that either until you said that. That was not something that I knew, and I didn't even realize that this conversation happened. And I wish it would have been aired. And I'm kind of disappointed that it wasn't aired.
Yeah, and like they didn't cut from it or anything. So just because of that, I thought, oh, maybe they were gonna have a little segment on it, because I know in BB Can 7, they had a whole a segment on Damien talking about like residential schools and the history of Indigenous people from where he's from in British Columbia and what happened back in the early 1900s and whatnot. So I thought maybe they would have touched on it, but what can you do?
I think they're still trying to grow. I want to say I still think it's amazing that they're putting these people out here. They're giving Kiefer enough screen time in which he gets the chance to like explain his culture to these people, to everyone, talk about his language and sorts. That I want to give them props on that at least. And I think that they're definitely taking steps for the future. That seems very progressive. And now that they are even putting these people out here, they're seeing how important this show is to them and how important this show is to us as viewers watching these people. And I like it. Kiefer is a character I didn't really get the chance to appreciate that much now, but seeing that he prides so much about his people, he's become a representation for his people in a way, and he's representing them well enough.
Oh yeah,
I
agree.
I was gonna say I was looking for. That's why I kept darting away. But I kept looking because I was like, do we even have a lot of Native American, representation on like BBUS? And I was looking, and the only one I can think of is Jeremy from BB15.
That's white passing right there.
Yes,
he was awful.
Yeah,
exactly. And so even if it wasn't white passing, like that's just not good representation. So why are we not pushing for those? What'd you say?
Big Brother 15, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. And so it's like that's already for the forgotten season. So why would you want to right the wrong and cast more people? Period. But also help get those people in those communities to be seen. And I think that hopefully that'll happen with the 50+ rule. But let's see.
Good job, you guys.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
If there's anyone else, I apologize, but I couldn't think of anyone off the top of my head.
I can't either.
I can't.
Me either.
Wait, yeah, I'm sorry. I totally zoned out just now. No shame, no tea. Who y'all was talking about?
Jeremy.
Jeremy
Y'all
from
talking about-
BB15, like Native American representation on BBUS.
Y'all said Jeremy?
Yes. He
From
was the one
Big
that
Brother
was in the
15.
Showmans with Caitlyn.
With Caitlyn, yeah.
I gotta look at
Yeah.
that
He was
cast.
the big beefy one that was on steroids. Whoop.
I think he's
Oh.
a 4th or 5th or
Yeah.
Wait, I did not know he was indigenous.
That was his whole intro
He's Native
package.
American.
Oh, child. Y'all, can I tell y'all something? And y'all probably gonna feel so bad for me, and I feel like y'all should feel bad for me. Big Brother 15 was the first season of Big Brother I ever saw.
I've heard
Big
that
Brother
quite
14
often.
was.
Like,
Yeah.
I
saying that's the first
Such a
season.
bad season. Because
Yeah.
it just goes downhill from there.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah,
It does.
for BB17.
luckily
Yeah.
for me,
BB14 all the way to BB15. Goes down.
luckily for me, I didn't catch it live. I might have been on a website illegally trying to watch a different TV show. And then when I was watching that TV show after it ended, episode of Big Brother came on. And you know how you like kind of asleep,
Mm-hmm.
but you can still register what's happening on your TV?
Mhm.
I remember being slightly asleep seeing the first episode of Big Brother. I'm like, I don't know what this show is, but this seems pretty interesting. And I think this is what, 2014?
13, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, B15 came out in 20.
I'm looking at the website. Oh,
It was
13. So
2013, yeah.
this was 2013. This was
Mhm.
13, but I watched it, I think, in like January of 14. So it was after it had aired. And after that, I watched it all. I didn't see the live feeds, which kind of, I think, made it a little bit more palatable for me than knowing everything afterwards. But I still ain't like that bitch Aaron at all.
Oh,
And what's that other bitch
No.
name? That white
Gina
bitch,
Marie.
Amanda.
Marie. Oh, I ain't
Oh.
like Amanda either. Ooh,
they all sucked.
You see,
watching that
my
season.
opinion on Amanda. Oh, go ahead.
My faves that season watching, even though it's not about that, was Howard, Candace, and Alyssa. Those are my three.
And don't forget Miss Helen Kim.
Helen,
I
yes.
liked Helen,
Helen
but
was
like
great.
I
Should have been
wasn't.
brought back for 22.
Mhm.
I will die on that hill. She should have been brought back.
Yeah.
I liked Helen. I feel like I would have liked Helen even more had I watched live feeds because I really liked Helen afterwards. But I was very much so a casual with that. I was a
Yeah.
casual because I didn't know what Big Brother was. I didn't know how the gameplay worked. I really hadn't watched. I knew Survivor, but not too much about Survivor. Because you know how sometimes if you watch Survivor and then come to Big Brother, you'll have that mindset of how the game goes.
Amen.
So I was very brand new to it. So I didn't really get a chance to appreciate Helen in the capacity that I appreciate Helen now, years later, after watching a bunch of seasons. So that's just kind of what it was. But since y'all was on the subject of BB15, yes, I am a BB15 baby, unfortunately.
Oh my god.
And I am a BB16 was the first live season that I've seen, baby. And I know it's a lot of us out there who either started with 15 or 16. And it's
14.
14
was
was BB18 rewatch, BB19.
Oh.
So
wow,
it
you're
may have
Oh.
you
oh shoot. Ooh.
beat. May have you beat.
It's always a
Yeah.
bad seed that we start off with, huh?
Yep.
It's crazy.
What was
But
it?
no, what I was saying about go ahead, Josh.
Oh, no, you're good. What was you saying?
I was gonna say what I was saying about Amanda. My opinion on Amanda, yes. I have like a really weird relationship with Amanda because she was a really good gamer. Like I think if she didn't have McCrae, she probably would have gone a lot further than she did. I think there was the podcast that Danielle Reyes and Jason did. I think they had Rachel on it one day, and they were like, "Who would you bring back for like the shortened season to BB?" And they said Amanda 100%.
wait, is Amanda and McCrae still together?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
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 Child, I don't know. I don't keep up on them.
But after I saw that, I was like, nah, maybe not. And then I started like actually going back into her game, and like it's the kind of thing where I have with her where it's You were really, really bad, really annoying, really racist, really everything, and you played a really good game. So it's like it's a hard thing to.
But so did Aaron. Aaron was just as like racist.
Aaron did not play a good game. Let's not.
I don't think our game was bad, but I don't think it was.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I thought Aaron's game was pretty good too. If
Somebody
we're talking,
bring this comment up.
which
This
one?
last.
Ooh.
Oh, Andy's game is highly underrated.
I'm blocked by him on Twitter, so I will not speak on him.
I'm blocked by Amanda.
I know that this is a Big Brother Canada podcast, but of course we kind of spill over sometimes when we start like comparing it. The only thing I'm gonna say about Andy's gameplay, Andy played very well, but Andy need to stop trying to remind us of how well he played, bitch. You wasn't that good. You wasn't that great. You wasn't that underrated. Honestly, Andy got the recognition he deserved. You won a $500,000 check, but I don't think Andy's game needed to be talked about anymore because he didn't do nothing that spectacular.
Right.
Andy tweeted on Twitter every day about how he wasn't invited back for All Stars, and I'm mad, and it's because I'm a white gay man. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Get out my face.
Yeah.
I hate when white gay men.
He should have kept his castmates in check for being racist that season. All right.
Exactly.
You didn't want your team to be hated.
Andy ass sat back and just watched as the shit happened and ain't had shit to say. So that's on you and your body, bitch.
I do think he's a top 5 BBUS winner, honestly.
True.
Like probably 5th. But he just needs to shut up. Like why would production ever want to bring anyone back from that season? Like you know why.
Except for Alyssa or Helen.
Yeah.
I don't think you bring anybody back.
I would have took Candace or Howard.
Or Candace or Howard, yeah.
Candace, Howard or Helen. I would not have brought back Alyssa. No shade, no tea. Alyssa's a white woman. You good.
But they love the Riley sisters.
They do love the Riley sisters,
and I love them too.
I think that even though BB 22 probably wouldn't have been too much. Well, it would have been very different for them, but like BB 22 still kind of was like. But I feel like Candace, Howard, and Helen deserve second chances based primarily off the fact that they were put into that house with a shit ton of racist ass white people and had to put up with that shit for quite a long time. So those are the only people from that season I would have brought back.
Wait.
All right.
Navi, before you end the show, Navi, you don't have the winner of Big Brother 16 in your top 5, do you?
I'm interested.
It's hard because like yeah, he played such a solid game, but like the people he played with were so like shitty players.
It wasn't that he played a good game. He just got cast with a bunch of dumbasses.
Exactly. And like if you compare him to other winners, they're not that great. Because like I can't have someone like Dick Donato as like a top winner because it was America's Player who got him the win. And there's so many other scenarios where they don't deserve the win, but they did win. So I probably would have Derek in my top 5, but like I would really have to structure it and like think about it. But like Andy's definitely in my top 5 for sure.
Okay.
Which I don't like to accept, but Dan Giesling's my number 1. Period.
Oh yes,
that's fair.
Yeah, that's
one. Period. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Well, y'all, me personally, I'm going to end up heading out shortly.
I think Josh was about to wrap it up.
I was just reading Josh's comments. I know that we didn't really talk about what happened this week yet, but I also think that we can save that for an episode next week. We will be back next week, y'all. Y'all just, like I said, honestly, we apologize for not really communicating last week. Everybody just had like a bunch of stuff going on. I had personal stuff going on, and everybody else had personal stuff going on. So we're trying to navigate this new entity of Black Boys Watch while also navigating our personal lives. But that is that. Also, we are Stephen. Oh, don't get me started on Stephen Moses.
That's the bestie. I'll let him know.
Stephen Moses.
I love him.
That bitch said, "JK, girl, shut the fuck up." Stephen did what he had to do to win.
Ooh,
bitch, don't play with me.
I won't tell him.
Steven's the definition of taking out the biggest threat, bro. Like he really
and Braden is gonna do what Stephen did. But I am happy to announce that I will be championing RuPaul's Drag Race season 6 All Stars podcast. So y'all will be seeing that.
Hell yeah.
We will be giving y'all coverage on that. Y'all will be seeing me. Hopefully in drag most of the podcast. I will be trying to get in drag for these podcasts, y'all.
Yes, Charles. We should do a special podcast where you teach us all how to do drag.
Honestly, I'm down. If y'all go get some cheap makeup, I think that's once we're able to get subscribers on here. Once we're able to get subscribers, we're gonna have a sub goal. And if people reach that, then we're gonna do that. But I don't know if y'all are ending now. Are we all ending now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I guess it'll be me. Y'all, thank y'all for.
Wait, I got you. I got you.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go. Thank y'all so much for allowing us to fumble a little bit last week and coming back with love and not being like, bitch, where the fuck y'all was at? Y'all motherfucking asses ain't give us a podcast. It's fucking ridiculous. We're gonna do better. We promise. As I said, we're still kind of learning this entire scheduling of podcast things. And as we all know from our podcasts themselves, we are not the most organized, but that is our brand. That is our brand of being very much so, bitch, we gonna talk tonight and y'all gonna show up. Very big thank you to y'all. Learning curve is steep. I think we're doing pretty good. Yes, you're absolutely right, Aaron. To say that we literally just thought about this and put it on and we did it, we do it very well. I'm gonna start with our guest, one of them who was unexpected tonight, one of them who was expected. Naveet, thank you for coming. Honestly, I could talk to Naveet all day long and not get bored. This is my bitch, purr. And Shu, my lovely, enthusiastic, y'all, when I tell you, I think Shu was the best moderator decision I ever made. Do not clip this and send this to my other moderators because they will drag me to filth. But Shu is so sweet and so kind, even though I drag Shu every single chance that I get. Shu is like a little brother to me, and I'm very happy that I met Shu. Do not clip that either and send that to people next time I drag you. I swear to God, I'll beat your ass. But Naveet and Shu, if y'all want to say something, bring them to the big screen. Bring Naveet to the big screen for me, yes.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I love talking BB Can and BB and just talking with all of you. This is fun. Thank you so much. Team Vic.
Hey guys, so thank y'all for letting me join. I know it was a surprise, and I will be clipping that and not sending it to anyone but myself. But yeah, so thank you guys for being here. Yeah, appreciate it.
Also, sorry, Shu and Naveet. As y'all see, Shu, you just literally DM me and said, "Bitch, I got something to say." Naveet, I asked early if somebody wanted to join, and you said yes. Anytime y'all want to join, hit us up. This is very casual. Even if we in the middle of a podcast and you got something in your heart, y'all got our DMs, y'all got our numbers. Bitch, shoot us a DM and y'all know we like, okay, bitch, we gonna drop that link. But I'm Charles. I am thankful. I'm gonna sit in the background as Josh and Josh wrap it up.
Well, hello everybody again. Thank you so much for joining Black Boys Watch. It means the world. We don't say it that much, but Black Boys be watching what? Nothing at the moment, but it doesn't matter. We keep talking. But yes, family, you heard what Charles says. Just hit us up with a DM and join us. This is supposed to be as casual as possible. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be good vibes up in here. That's what it is right now. Anyways, I would go. Josh, introduce yourself.
Y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. This has been really fun tonight. I actually had a lot of fun chatting. Shu, was so nice to meet you, like, officially in the flesh. Navi, always a blast to see you. And to the rest of my team, Charles, ooh, fuck me where, baby.
You
said, are we having
a threesome? And I said, fuck you, Shu.
Not me thinking that was about me. Oh.
But I mean, anywhere. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, sis. My bad.
Okay. Oh no, you're good. You're good. Shout out to Mariah. We missed it, but she just had her anniversary the other day. 52. Know I love my girl. Shout out to her. Look at her.
Years old.
Mariah's 52. Yeah. Look at her.
An Aries.
Yep, I know, that's right. Yep,
I love how you said anniversary and not birthday, girl. Shut up.
But no, thank y'all for watching. We'll be back next week. Probably same time ish. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. I'm not
And-
going off Cam. We gotta say we gotta like
Yeah,
wait.
no, I know, Josh. Come back, bitch.
Y'all both got the horrors.
You know what? Good night, y'all.
Good night. That was
Good
it. That was
night.
it. Good night. We will
Good
see
night.
y'all. Pay attention to our Twitter because we will tweet when we are going live next
Yeah.
week. I want to aim for maybe a Thursday or Friday, but who knows? We might change, but we will be back.
Not the computer dying. Ooh, R.I.P.
Wait, don't end just yet. Hold on.
Oh, now that's how captive.
No,
You got like a banishment clip coming up, like how you know they'd be like they got like the winners at the end. You got something like that coming up.
no. I like to raid people on Twitch to send our viewers over to somebody. Y'all know I like to send y'all over to Black creators, give them some love, and give them a follow. This creator that I'm sending y'all to name is Coach D, wonderful, wonderful Black gay streamer. Easy on us, please. Who they talking to?
I'm talking to Aaron. He said y'all learning curve is steep.
No, I thought that was that not a compliment? I thought that
Is
was
that a compliment?
No.
Oh, now me not understand. Because I understood that as
it
not
is.
a
I
compliment.
thought that was a compliment.
Am I just
I
dumb?
feel like it's taking y'all. I feel like that's what it's saying. It's taking y'all a second to learn. Taking y'all a minute. So
Hold on. Oh, bitch! I thought that was a compliment. Y'all know I'm kind of. Oh, sorry. Ooh.
Hold on. Before you
Y'all- Yeah, talk right now. Twitch making me
on.
log in with a verification code.
this is the definition. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong
A
definition.
slow flight of
That was the wrong one. You know what?
somebody clip that.
Aaron, thank you so much for watching.
There we
One of
go.
the faves. Even though you didn't vote for me and Stan Idol, I still love you, bitch. Mwah.
Y'all, we
Aaron.
have our raid going. Y'all give them a follow. Y'all let them know
That's
Black
really
Boys Watch
bad.
sent y'all. And yes, that is it. Let Coach D know that Charles said he's a bitch. I'm kidding. Don't say that. But yes, y'all, thank you. Be blessed, be highly favored, and we will see y'all next week.
Good night, y'all.
Bye. Thanks for letting me join.
Anytime.
Yeah, thank you so much. And she was nice meeting you.